Welcome to another episode of the Chiro Hustle live stream. I have Dr. Dave Jensen with me. This is a fellow Colorado guy. We both came out here, didn't know each other till about 3 hours ago, but now I drank some of his water, and I like what this guy has to say. And first and foremost, jumping into this interview with you today, welcome to Burbank, California.
Yeah, Chiro rocks. I love the chiropractic conference. So good to be back in person in these situations. I think we were all over the situation when all the BS was going on. Put it that way.
Yeah. So now we're here all in person today. What is it like, the energy in this building today?
Like I said, I think the excitement is it's palpable because people are stoked just to be back in person. And I think us as chiropractors, we love to kind of be around other people. We love helping people. We love the health management side of things. And and that's what got me into what I'm doing. I've been a sports chiropractor for 25 years. I was with the Dallas Cowboys, Pro Beach Volleyball, the Olympics, and I've worked over 20 X Games now. So, I do a lot of pro motocross and lots of other things. So I love chiropractic, especially in the sports realm.
That's awesome, man. I didn't know that you were doing stuff with the X Games.
Yeah, I'm right there in Aspen. So at Buttermilk, when it first started, I was on site working a deal paid by ESPN, and as time degraded itself, ESPN didn't want to do anything that was really good for the athletes. They only wanted emergency medicine. So most of those athletes all come to my office and I work with them. So this year, if we were in person, it would have been my 21st X Games.
Wow. So as you went through this whole journey of becoming the doctor, becoming the sports chiropractor, what are you up to right now? I know you had some water stuff that you showed me earlier.
Yeah, my biggest deal is this new tool. It's called the water linearizer. And when water essentially goes through anything where it's got crystals in it, and it goes through a main into your house, or even if it just comes off your water that goes into your cup, you want that water to tumble and actually become more living again. Because when we pump or filter water, it breaks down the electronic bonds of the water, and spring water is as natural as it gets. And it gets that water living again before it enters your body or before it enters a plant or an animal. It's in its most acceptable form. Unfortunately, like we do with many other things, we kind of destroy water. We filter it, we pump it, we frack it in Colorado, and all that stuff breaks down the bonds of the water. So to make it back to its most original form, you want to run it through something that's going to spin the water to make it back in a long axis chain. I kind of put it on the brochure where you can kind of see how the H2O bonds should go, and they should be in a straight linear form. But most of the time they go into a cluster, and that cluster won't go into your body as well. And that's why a lot of people say, man, I drink lots of water, but I still don't feel hydrated. And that's because you're not hydrating it at the highest level. And they say when you linearize it, it's over 30% more hydratable to your body.
So you found a solution for this water craziness, because I know a lot of people are thinking like, you know what, the doctor told me I should drink half my body weight in ounces.
Correct.
But now let's talk about optimally how to tune that water to make the body function better.
Yeah, so I kind of think of myself as a little bit of a water snob. I'm not just going to drink city water. I'm not just going to drink normal stuff out of the tap here in LA, right? It's not going to happen. I even have trouble with Aquafina or just basic bottled water. So what I'm really trying to do is make sure that water is in its most original, healthy format, and that takes effort these days. Because I think what we do to the water is not a pretty picture anymore.
So in functionality, what does it look like for somebody to use one of these units at their house?
Functionality, say if you just have the water jug on your little water dispenser, this thing will go onto that, and then it's all done in one aspect. The most efficient way to do it is to put it on your house. Like it goes where the water comes in from the street, where it comes in from the well, where it comes in for that. So you're actually linearizing the water before it goes to your shower, before it goes to your bath, before it goes in your cooking pot. That water needs to be in its optimal state.
So let me ask you this. Based on this, spinning the water, making it more linear, do people still have to use a filtration system?
For sure, this is not a filter. And I originally came down with this deal for the sole fact that I was into filtering it, and then I'd alkalize it, which kind of essentially rapes the water and gets it to the pH that you want it. But then it's kind of dead, inert water. And I could tell that it wasn't really living. So then when you put it through a device after it's been all that, you can bring the living form back to the water. And it really boils down to, you think water can be living or is it dead? I think there's a lot of living properties to water. And I think there is an aliveness that comes out of the water. And we obviously know everything on the planet needs water.
So let's, we have 3 minutes left of our interview today. If people want to learn more and work with you and get these systems, what does that look like?
Well, obviously go on the website, loveitwater.com or sacredlifewater.com is the name of the business. But I call this the Love It Water device because most people take the drink of it after they've done the taste tests and stuff, and they're like, man, love it. So I called it Love It Water. I'm a Parker graduate, so we were part of the Love It principle, right? You know, you got to love the people you're around. You got to love the food you're eating. You got to love the sports you're doing. So loveitwater.com is why I went with that kind of name. Mainly because you're loving your water.
So let's show the long math with this one. They got this system, they strap this onto their sink, they put this onto their main line.
Yep.
What do you recommend for people if they want to like optimize the water with filtration or with like whatever, taking out the impurities?
Well, we have a whole system where you can actually buy an RO from our site, where the RO reverse osmosis is under the sink. It goes through the linearizer. It's a done deal. It's a plug and play. So you can take, you're in the middle of LA and you have to like plug and play this in your apartment or even in your small house, no problem, super easy to do. If you want to do one step higher, then you do the big one that comes into your house and it runs all your water. It makes your shower water feel different.
That's cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Well, if you guys are ready to up your game for the water sources that are coming into your house, which is where you spend your time, you take care of your family, and you pay that water bill, you might as well have the healthiest source of water that you can find. And that's when I came by and saw you at your booth today. I was like, I gotta talk to this guy further and share him with our larger audience about this like linear water that you're doing. And I do love some water. If anybody knows me, I drink half my body weight in ounces every day for the past 10 years. So getting lined up with you would be really good for me.
It's gonna be great. I think you're gonna be stoked. I bet after 2 weeks of drinking it, and if you traveled and didn't have it, you would know the difference. You'd be like, oh man, I'm missing my water.
Ship me some water, Dave.
Yeah. Well, I make a little handheld that you can travel with too, so you pour all your water through it, and that's obviously how I do it. And then the crazy kind of side product is we have one that you pour liquor through it. So tequilas and bourbons and vodkas all taste different because it smooths them out. I have a deal with two distilleries where they put it on the end of the distilling machine and it smooths out the liquor. So, because liquor is still a lot of water, right?
And it just harmonizes the alcohol.
That's exactly right. It makes the spirit maybe a nicer spirit, so people don't go crazy on tequila.
So, I know we have about 15 seconds left. What was it like for you to be day one a vendor here at Chiropractic Rocks?
I think it's been great, man. It's just good to be around my homies once again and be around similar thinking people and not feeling like you're swimming upstream. You're actually going with the flow and people of like-mindedness. And, I mean, I think we have a lot of geniuses here and miracles happen every day in my practice and all these guys' practices. And I hope we can perpetuate that. I think our society is in a big degradation cycle, and you can tell that it's in that. So I want to be one of the beacons of light and understand that you don't have to go with the herd of cattle to the slaughterhouse.
Well, in closing, let's say a couple kind words to Dr. Adam for bringing this all together.
And Dr. Adam, you're a super rock star. I'm super glad you're putting this together and had the foresight to just persevere and make this thing happen. And I think future Chiro Rocks are going to be giant. I think I was a speaker at Parker for a lot of years, which is one of the largest chiropractic conferences, and I think Chiro Rocks is going to be bigger and better.
Awesome. Well, if you guys did not make it to Chiropractic Rocks 2021 out here in beautiful Burbank, California with us Colorado homeboys, make sure you punch your ticket and go to chiropracticrocks.us and pre-buy your ticket for the conference next year. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be awesome. So with that being said, I always close out by telling you guys are just one story away. Keep hustling. We'll see you guys soon.